Well, hello. This is Reverend Terry Hall, and today we're talking about meditation, plain and simple. As someone who's practiced and instructed others in meditation for most of the past 30 years, I've kind of come to some understandings and awareness of meditation, and it confuses me sometimes that every darn thing in the world is called a meditation. You can meditate on or doing darn near anything. So what I've decided to create for you is a very simple way to look at the different types of meditation there are, and really where I found them the most useful for different people in different parts of their lives, and to bring some distinction into the world of meditation. Because the deeper you get into any practice, you start to understand things more differently than when you first begin. So first thing I want to define meditation. And meditation is stilling the mind. Stilling the mind, the complete absence of thought. You quiet your mind and you get it down to very slow, very calm, and then you let go of everything and you have no thoughts, absence of thought. Prior to meditation, we find it most easy to do a form of concentration. And concentration is a controlling your mind to focus on one thought or image exclusive to all others. So you think of a spot, you think of a flower, you think of an idea, and you hold that to the exclusion of all other thoughts for a period of time. That's concentration. Contemplation is being able to go through a thinking process where you take a topic, you take a situation, you take a condition, and you contemplate it. You start to go through and look at it from all sides, and you start to notice patterns. You start to look at what your feelings and thoughts are. So that's contemplation. So those are the basics I've heard people talking about. Now, what about mindfulness? And what exactly is mindfulness, and where does it fit in this spectrum? So mindfulness is what I would consider bare attention. It's a form of concentration practice, but rather than holding an image or a thought, what you're doing is you're actually using your body as your mantra, if you will, and I mean that in the meta sense, not in the micro sense as a word you say over and over, but a concentration practice where you pay attention to your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, just what's going on in your body, and you notice that and you pay attention without necessarily reacting. So that's mindfulness. What I found over the years is mastering a stillness practice allows you to be more mindful, present, now, in the moment, the majority of your time, the majority of your day. So again, where do you use these different practices, and what are some of the variations? So for me, the rigid posture where you sit in a lotus, half lotus, or a cross-leg position, and you hold a rigid back, and you focus on your breathing, you focus on your body, you focus on your being present in the moment. Those are really great for anxiety, for depression, and for allowing yourself to transcend boredom and start to really notice what's going on in your body. Highly recommended for people who are beginning, highly recommended for a way to allow yourself to de-stress. And this is one of the places that one of the types of meditation they talked about in the relaxation response, where you go in and you start to release all this stress, anxiety, and these built up tensions in your body, and you start to allow your cortisol levels to go down. So that's kind of the fixed posture. You sit there and you kind of notice what's going on in your body, you notice any pains, you notice any aggravations, and that helps you with general depression, anxiety. I also find that practice very good for people who have encountered are still dealing with traumatic situations. Because a lot of times many people who have experienced trauma have unconscious triggers in their body, a phobia or a fear, if you will, about pain or about some type of discomfort, And that's where the anxiety comes in, where you have issues in the pit of your stomach. So these fixed posture practices, where you get very still for very long periods of time, and you bear attention to what's going on with your body, your thoughts, your emotions, are very good to allow you to start to work through some of these traumatic issues. So that's it about meditation. For me, the deep breathing exercises, that's a form of concentration. Transcendental meditation, where you get a mantra or a word you say over and over, that's a form of concentration. Because remember, anytime you're focusing your attention on any one thing, that's a focused thought, and that focused thought is not stillness, which is absence of thought. So anything that you're doing to focus your attention, to draw your mind away from your troubles and your worries, that falls into concentration for me. And stillness is that absence of thought. So here's one of the beautiful things about meditation, and I know we're running long here, but I think this is a topic that warrants it. Or what are some of the short-term and long-term benefits of meditation? Short-term, if you start to practice the stillness meditation practice, and I'll put a link eventually down below this to the article I'm writing to accompany this introduction video, is follow 5 minutes of concentration followed by 5 minutes of stillness, 10 minutes twice a day is really the practice I've been practicing for the past 30 years, and I've augmented that with various other meditation styles and practices. But doing that in as short as 4 to 6 weeks, 1 month to a month and a half, maybe 2 months, you'll notice that your emotions start to calm down. So you're able to quiet your mind, and you don't have impulse controls. You don't start having those runaway thoughts and feelings. And that's, for me, one of the biggest benefits of the meditation practice, especially a stillness meditation practice, when combined with journaling and our other spiritual practices that allow us to demonstrate our control of our mind. It allows us to start to really take hold of control and manage this physical beingness into which our spirit connects. So that's meditation, plain and simple. I'm Reverend Terry, and I'll see you next time.